Well, they'll stone you when you're trying to be so good. They'll stone you just like they said they would. They'll stone you when you're trying to go home, and they'll stone you when you're there all alone. But I would not feel so all alone. Everybody must get stoned. Welcome to Nerds Gone Rogue, episode 109. That was a quote from Moose's favorite singer-songwriter, Bob Dylan. I am Matthew Keel at Infinite_Rewind on every social media platform I choose to be on. Alongside me, I'm the Bros, coming at you live on Monday nights or on every podcast service you like to subscribe to, and Spotify Monday mornings around 7 a.m. With me is our video in chief, Corey Dierig at Corey in HD, and Rogue Spartan 4 on PS4. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Tired of losing some cells.
Fantastic.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean, though?
At Svhenn on every social media platform, as well as PS4. Probably Xbox. I don't know. He doesn't like Xbox.
I am on Svhenn at Xbox, but yeah.
How are you, sir?
I'm pretty good, man.
Yeah.
It's Monday.
Cool.
We survived Monday.
We did.
So it's good.
I'm going to go right to what we're playing, and I'm going to let you know that there is a new Game of the Year in town. And apparently, I just want to do that because why not? Dead Cells is really fucking good.
Yeah.
I finally, I've been trying to play this game for a week now. And this morning I woke up semi-early, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to download it on Switch. And I did. And now I would much rather be playing it than anything else. I beat an elite. I found 5 or 6 blueprints. I've gotten the second flask. I unlocked the ice bow. And
Nice.
I found the rune that makes the vines grow.
Which is good.
And I've not played that game the same way twice. And every way you play that game is fun. Whether you want to just go in with a bow, whether you get a hammer, whether you get the twin daggers, watch me whip, watch me nay. That whip is
the electric
great. Oh man!
Did you find the ice bow yet?
Yeah,
Easily unlocking. Yeah.
The ice bow is like, if I could start with that.
The ice blast is like 1,000 times better. But
see, I found the ice blast once, and I found it like right as I was about to die. I took a couple of enemies with me, but I ended up getting killed because I haven't gotten to the ramparts yet.
Okay.
I've only gotten to the promenade of
Condemned.
Of them, yeah, of the condemned.
Mm-hmm.
I fought an elite. I don't think I fought a proper boss yet.
You have to get through the promenade, and then I think you have to go through the ramparts to get to the Black Gate.
Okay.
Well, you can get to the Black Gate through the promenade, but you can also go through the ramparts and then go through the Black Gate. So you can hit it early. But I think you need a rune to hit it early. And you have it. I think it's the Vine rune.
Okay. So, and then I found a lot of doors that the dude just knocks on.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll find those.
I'm hoping like as I keep playing, those start to open up. And then I always see that one big door at the beginning with the hoop on it that he tries to pull at.
Yeah, I think that's the daily. Might be the daily challenge.
Oh, okay.
Could have swore you have to beat the first boss to unlock the daily challenges.
Oh. Well, anyway,
the concierge.
Dead Cells is now, and I've played for less than 2 hours total. It's my favorite game this year, without a fucking prayer. Like, it is far and away the most fun I've had, the most varied experience I've had. It looks fucking awesome. That the movement in that game is great. The dialogue in the game is great. And I haven't gotten a ton of it because you just get it from like the NPCs you see at the beginning. Mm-hmm. And I like how they incorporate like them just going away. Eventually they just die.
Yeah.
And then when you get to that, when you find that statue of the king, and he's like, "How does he see anything with a helmet on?"
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, Dead Cells, man.
He's got a pretty good sense of humor.
Yeah,
Polish sense of humor.
And I'm like, this game is something special, and it's Motion Twin.
Yeah.
Is that the developer? Yeah. They nailed this one.
They've ironically been doing games for like 10, 15 years, I think. Mainly outsourced stuff.
They've been like making like assets and stuff for other
games. That's what I meant, assets. Yeah. Right. So this is their first true game, which they freaking knocked it out of the park, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about, keeping the income happening while you're trying to put together something special.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, they did well.
Yeah.
Other than that, I played a little bit of Salt and Sanctuary on Switch, which I don't want to play anymore because Dead Cells. Played a lot of Dark Souls with Ahmed Friday night into Saturday morning. We are at the Kiln of the First Flame. We finished the DLC. And now I popped 15 trophies Friday night, which was really cool.
Nice.
So now I'm just charging forward toward that platinum number 100, which should come in the next couple weeks, if anything.
What are you playing Dead Cells on, Matt?
Switch.
Really?
Yeah.
You went and picked it up on Switch?
Well, I had to. I'd wanted to play it, but when I get home, I'm tired, and I also take great pleasure in maintaining a good relationship with my partner. So, and she wants to play games too. So, and I try and play 2-player games with her, when I can.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Smart move.
So, and we actually watched something. I forgot what we watched. We watched. We watched a movie, but I forgot what it was. But it was
great
good.
Movie.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I had a good old time.
The one with the plot and the things and the twist.
The climax.
2/3 of the way through.
Climax.
The climax. They had a good denouement. And what was that movie we watched?
Nicolas Cage.
Huh? The movie we watched that we both liked? Oh, it wasn't a movie.
Spotlight.
No, it was Disenchantment.
Oh, the cartoon on the new Netflix by the Simpsons guys?
Yeah, by the Simpsons guys. Yeah, Disenchantment.
I haven't seen that yet. Is it good?
It's good. It's really good. It's like...
Have you...
Spotlight.
If you...
Spotlight.
Spotlight? Oh, yeah, Spotlight. Yeah, that was good.
Have you watched Big Mouth?
No.
On Netflix?
No.
If you like Disenchantment, you should watch Big Mouth. It's pretty funny.
Disenchantment's really good.
It's
4 episodes last night. It was so good.
Big Mouth is by a bunch of the guys that did The League.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it's a cartoon, but it's got like Nick Kroll and a lot of guys from The League in it. So
all right, I'll check that out.
It's only 10 episodes.
We watched Spotlight, and it's about a newspaper in Boston that uncovered priests, touching kids, and covering it up, and they exposed it. And it's a really good, it's actually a really good, I don't want to say thriller, but it's very All the President's Men, if you've seen that. It's a really cool, like, trying to it's a procedural, but like trying to uncover the story and present it correctly. Mark Ruffalo's in it. There's a bunch of people in it. I'm just completely fogging. Mark Ruffalo's in it. Rachel McAdams is in it. Liev Schreiber's in it. Like, it's a really good movie. And
nice.
Billy Crudup's in it, and fuck that guy. I hate Billy Crudup. Like, I've never liked him in anything he's ever done. But yeah, no, that Spotlight's a really good movie. And then I actually, before I played Dead Cells this morning on the bus, I actually picked up Crypt of the Necrodancer on Switch. It's a rhythm roguelike that is super fun, and it has probably one of the best soundtracks I've heard in video games. It's real good. It's like less than $10 on Switch. If you haven't bought it, you should. And yeah, what are you guys playing?
Mostly Dead Cells. I mean,
cool.
I've been trying to find time to play games because,
baby.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a busy week last week. Sometimes when you work like way more than you should, and like you just don't feel like doing anything when you get home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was
no idea what you're talking about.
I'm gonna fight you.
Please don't. I'm too tired.
I know. I'm too tired.
That's when you need to fight him.
He's weak. Take him down.
Get him on the ropes. Tire him out. Bam. He's down.
But I mean,
it goes from death metal to dead Matt. It'd be great.
I've been switching between Puyo Puyo Tetris, Dead Cells, Hollow Knight, and I've been going back to Lightfall because I never finished it. So
nice.
I mean, those are like the 4 games I've been hopping through, and Dead Cells and Tetris really are just like I've been switching back and forth between those. Just Dead Cells is good, man. Everything
is really good.
Like, I know you guys love roguelikes and stuff, but like that's just a genre I just can't get into. And on paper, Dead Cells just sounds like a game that I don't want to play, like a roguelite kind of Castlevania-y thing. And everything about it on paper just doesn't want me to play it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it just because everybody likes it and everybody says it's good. So I'm just going to try it. I'm just going to bite the bullet and get it. And I can't stop playing it.
Yeah. It's that good. I can't stop playing it either. I came home today and helped clean up the kitchen, did some dishes. Me and the wife made dinner, took care of the dogs. And then I sat down, watched a YouTube video, plugged right into Dead Cells.
Yeah,
because I knew we were recording, and so as you guys will find as you play Dead Cells longer, because I've been playing it 2 weeks now. Yeah. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks. It's been out. I put a shit ton of time into that game. I fought 3 bosses, and I don't even think
it's on the stream.
Yeah, the game is awesome, but you'll also notice like as you get further and further, like like me and Jason were talking about the other night. It's like one more run. All right, I'm gonna do one. Oh, it was Sunday, so we were playing in the morning, and the 2 of us were just chatting because I think his wife and daughter were off doing something, and then my wife was in the mountains, and I was gonna go to Charlotte to hang out with a buddy of mine, but I had to mow the lawn, and I'm like, all right, one more run, and I have to mow the lawn, and I knew it would take me an hour to do that run because like. Earlier when you're playing the game, it's like, all right, a run's maybe 5-10 minutes. And then it's 5-10 minutes. And you just build on that. And then it turns out like the last run I did before joining tonight was, I think, 45 minutes. It's a 45-minute run. And I almost cried when I died. But I got past the boss that whooped my ass the first time I met him, so I know I can get back to him and beat him. And you'll find like builds. Like what's great about the game is it like has stuff that fits the way you play and the way you work like the best. So, we were talking about the Ice Blast. I love the Ice Blast because you can freeze targets. And so like Matt, I think after you do the first boss going through the ramparts or the promenade, you have to go through the toxic sewers. And the toxic sewers have these like scorpions that pop up from the ground. They just spawn. That's how they spawn, and they spit poison at you. And so I like the ice blast because you can freeze them. So like if you're in a situation where you got enemies on each side, you can freeze them, turn, freeze the other target, and take them out. Accordingly. I think Jason even loves the ice blast, and then when you level it up, it just becomes like super OP, and it's just amazing. Because like when you first get it, it's like it's slower cast time, but like when you get a later version, it's like instant. Like you're casting like once a second, and so so the run I was doing, I was trying to get to something sanctuary, so I was trying to beat the boss there to get to the next area where the next rune is that I need, which is 2 past the one you're on. And I like to take the double turret. I like to take the sinew slicer,
which
and
I haven't found yet.
Yeah, which they're both nice because you can throw them down. So you can drop down into an area, throw them down, and jump back up on the platform, and they'll just shoot as long as they survive. So you can do your DPS while you're just kind of hanging out. Let the turrets do the damage, and you don't have to take any damage because it's all about surviving. You know, you might think that's cheesing it, but it's like no, like this game, like every game is trying to kill you, but this game is really trying to kill you. It's like Helldivers.
Yeah, this game don't give a fuck. Game...
And so I'll use the Ice Blast, and my favorite melee weapon so far is the Impaler, and I love the Impaler. It's a polearm, and it's called the Impaler because it does critical damage if the enemy is up against a wall. But the other thing that's beneficial about it is it has like a quote-unquote stunning effect. So like unlike the swords where the people can still move while you're hitting them, the Impaler, as you're stabbing them, the people become more and more stunned until like, they have like the little thing above their head saying they're like knocked out or something. And so I had the perfect gear. I had the Impaler, the Ice Blast, I had the double shot bow turret, and I had the sinew. I also like the wolf traps. The wolf traps are cool because it stops an NPC from moving, but it increases the damage that they take. That's very nice.
Which one is that one? Is that the one that looks like the bear traps?
Yeah, it looks like the bear trap. And I also like the cleaver. The cleaver is just the spinning saws that spawn over like a certain amount of space when you drop it down. So like I'll drop that down. If I know it's like a target that just slowly moves, I'll drop the cleaver down, drop the double bow turret, and just let them tear into each other. But I like the Ice Blast too because eventually later on you get something that allows you to like reforge your weapons. So you can add a +2 weapon, which increases damage or whatever, and then you can reforge it, which changes the aspect of the weapon. So like you could get it to where like both of those turrets do 100. I had one where it did 175% increased damage to frozen enemies. So I found some grenades that did that. Yeah, I just sit there and I ice blast them and let the turrets destroy them. And so it's a lot of fun. I agree with you. The game is different. I agree with Corey. The game is different. Like every time you play it, it's a way different roguelite than like any I've ever played. Different than Rogue Legacy. Not that Rogue Legacy is bad. Yeah. It's just like Jason and I were talking about. Like every time we die, it's like, all right, let's go. Like I'm ready to jump back in. It's not like Dark Souls where you're like, you're like I gotta run all the way back, get my souls, all that stuff. Like when you die, like obviously when you die in Dead Cells, like you lose what you've collected, except for your money, which is a perk that you can get from the one dude. You turn in souls, and it's a perk.
I unlock that. I unlock that immediately. I start with 3,000 gold every time.
I'm up to 10,000 gold start with, and I'm up to my 4th flask. So, which was like 400 cells. That took me like 25, 30 runs to get. Because usually what I'll do is like I'll go the route that I have to go to try for the rune and the boss, and then like I exhaust all my money on the way. So like you'll find like merchants
shops
that sell stuff.
Everything must go.
And you can buy it, and then if you switch your weapon out as you're running through, and you have the recycle perk, you can recycle that weapon for money. If not, if it's the first weapon you picked up, like when you start the game, no, you can't recycle it. And especially if it's the first weapon filling your slots. Yeah. So like you get L2 and R2, which are basically like your turrets, your grenades. There's also powers. I had a phaser power, which is pretty cool, which teleports you to the behind an enemy. So you go through an enemy. It's called a phaser. Yeah. So you go through the enemy and you're behind them. And then like your next hit does like 150 extra damage. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. I haven't used a shield very much, but I've unlocked some shields as far as like getting blueprints, and you'll get blueprints as you go. But it's pretty cool because like now I've gotten like, my problem is I've gotten so set and like the stuff I want to get while I do my run, I'll just sit there and restart the game for like a minute or two until I at least get like the ice blast or the impaler or the ice bow. Like I at least have to
start with.
Yeah, to start with, because there's a perk that you can get that randomizes the melee weapon, randomizes the ranged weapon, or randomizes the shield weapon. And I haven't unlocked that because I never use shields. Yeah. But it's so much fun, and there's so many different routes. Like I was saying, I'll go the route to do the boss, spend all my money, die, and be like, all right, well now I'll do a couple runs the other way that I know doesn't necessarily take me to to that boss, but I'll cash stuff in along the way. Like you were saying, you get 3,000 gold if you die. Like I saved 10,000, and I'm working towards 15,000. Yeah. And then there's a perk to have the dude restock. It's like if you sit there, you can pay a certain amount of money, and what he has for sale will refresh. And then there's one stage later on that has a chef. So you can buy like the kebabs or whatever meal you want, which is pretty interesting. And the options you can change to be like vegan, vegetarian. Like you can change the type of food that drops.
Oh, that's great.
There's an option that's called like castle something, but it almost says Castlevania.
It almost says Castlevania. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Castlanian or something.
Yeah. Castle vegan.
It's like I don't know how they got away with it, but it's pretty cool. So he'll sell like the kebabs, he'll sell the turkey leg or whatever it is, and then he'll sell you a refill on potions. I've never had enough money to buy a refill on health potions, and usually when I get to him, I'm like, this is pretty much the end of this run. I know I will die soon, so I'm gonna skip it. You know what I mean? So and sometimes I'll like you can, like I was saying, you can reforge weapons. So like what's nice about the game is like each time you go through the droid in the next area, you go back to the hub. So you get to spend your cells, you get to pay your money to like reforge your weapons or change the modifications on them, the mutations on them. You also get to get like a mutation, like you get to pick a mutation. Since I like to use the turrets, I always go with the efficiency. Like that's always like when I'm going for the boss, that's always like the third one I get, so that like I can drop them down. Like the cooldown is like nothing on them. But it's a lot of fun. I still have stuff that I haven't unlocked just because I'm like, man, I want to unlock this first, but I really want to unlock that. And so you gotta like sit there and like weigh your options. But there's definitely like if you check it out, you can like Google, I think Polygon posted it. There's like a biomes where you can check the map to see where you have to go to get stuff. If you want to, unless you just want to be, just play through the game and figure things out yourself. There's also like, it'll tell you can go to the page and see what runes you need to do what, and it'll tell you the path you need to go for your runes. So like I said, I beat this boss. He's just a big giant eyeball, and he's on like chains that like the ends of the chains move, so he can go up and down the stage. And then he spits poison, and then he has platforms, and he drops the platforms, and then he shoots tentacles are underneath the ground, and you can only fight on the ground. So you have to fight the tentacles, kill the tentacles to get back up. And the first time I met him, I died. I had him down to like, it had to be like 1/8 of an inch of health, and he was shooting poison at me, and he killed me. And so in between the time I fought him the first time, I got a 4th flask, and I knew what his pattern was. So when I got to him, because I had the cleavers and the wolf trap, and so I really didn't have like the sinew's nice, and the bow turret's nice because they will shoot at stuff up higher than you. So it's like it's not just like the cleavers just they have to walk into it to do damage. You know what I mean? So, and then there's one called like the mega turret, which I haven't got. Because like you'll find elites as you're playing, and the elites will drop quote unquote a colorless item, and that colorless item has a crap ton of perks, like an insane amount of perks. And I'll like sometimes I'll go with that, but if I have the ice blast and it's replacing my ranged weapon, I'm like, nope, cash it in and keep moving. But I got the mega turret once, and that thing is like insane. Oh, I also have a flamethrower turret, so that's always nice.
It's always a good time.
Yeah, it is.
No, I think the only real ounce of progress I've made is I beat one elite, and what I like and dislike about the game is it teaches you how to play in a very specific way. Now, it doesn't teach you how to play like one way to be good, but the way it teaches you is very specific. So like you can wander through and just use your, like on the Switch it's Y and X. You can use Y and X for like Y is your melee weapon, so I'm using that for my sword, and then the X for the bow. And you can do that. But once you get to the elite, like I got to elites 3 separate times and got the floor just wiped with my face. Like,
you mean Y in B or A? No, X is the top one. I'm sorry.
X is the top one.
Fuck you, Switch.
No, I know. No, I know.
I was like, wait a second, X is jump, and then I'm thinking PS4. But yeah,
not on Switch. It's not. No, but like I got to elites, and they just basically said, "Oh, I need my floor cleaned with your blood." So they do that. But then like I got there and I'm like, wait a minute, I have these traps that I'm just not using. And then all of a sudden it was like the guy stayed there and he couldn't warp around, and start spawning enemies everywhere around me. Yeah. And all I had to do was just use my ice bow, freeze them all, and go to town. Well, I had the hammer at the time, and I just smashed him with a hammer. And then all of a sudden, I got a nice. I don't remember what weapon I got, but it, like you said, it had several perks on it.
Yeah,
and that I feel like that extended my run a decent amount.
Yeah,
but my problem overall is like I don't feel like I'm learning fast enough. So once I get to the promenade of the condemned, like I just start losing life. I mean, and it's in stupid ways, and that's just kind of how I play roguelikes. Until it's
probably the double-bladed sword guys. Those guys are motherfuckers.
Yeah, they're dicks, and then like the environment is kind of shitty.
Yeah, because there's spikes.
There's spikes everywhere.
Oh wait, never mind. You're on Switch. If you play the PS4, if you do a power slam into the spikes, you'll get a trophy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I got? When I did that on Switch? Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I died.
Probably. Oh, also, guys, just a spoiler. Jason told me about. There's a secret area up behind you. So, like, when you drop down and spawn, if you run back to the left, there's a little. I didn't know that. Like, I just went forward and kept doing.
Sometimes there's a blueprint up there or something.
Yeah. I keep trying to get up there, and I haven't gotten up there. So.
You should just be able to jump up there.
And that just could be I just fucked it up. That's
as far
possible.
For me, it was like quick bow. So.
The one thing I do like about this game a lot though is the way like it progresses you, like because it does save progress and it makes you work for it, and you're just like, oh man, I only need like 10 more cells for the broadsword or the magnet clamp or whatever. Like it there's a lot of things about this game that just make you want to keep playing. I don't know, man. I think Matt, the only thing I can really compare it to is your love for Binding of Isaac. Like, but I mean, like, I don't really know how that game works. I've played it a couple times, but I'm not anywhere close to even really knowing how that game works. So, but like, the way you talk about that game is the way like I feel like I am playing Dead Cells right now. Where like I went to bed early last night. We've been going to bed early because of the baby, and I take my Switch with me, and I'm just sitting there playing, and I'm like, all right, it's that one more run thing where I'm like, okay, it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to go to bed at like 10. I look at the clock. It's 11:30. I'm like, oh, geez, I need to go to bed. I need to sleep.
Yeah, just like, fuck, sleep needs to happen.
But like, it felt so good when you get through like, I don't know, the first area that takes you above ground out of the sewers, and then you fight that elite, and then now I'm in like the toxic sewers or whatever. It just, and I don't know if that's just the way you get out of the prison or whatever, if it just takes you to certain places, but.
Well, the prison goes to like 2 locations.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
The Promenade of the Condemned, or you can go to the toxic sewers.
Okay. Then
I
just
like go that way.
I haven't found the way to the toxic sewers from the prison yet, so I don't know. I mean,
I don't know if that's like just like a progression thing.
You need the vine. I know you need the vine room, which you have, Matt, to get.
okay.
You have to. It's the little green goops on the ground.
Yeah.
As press R to tickle or whatever, and they grow out of the ground.
If you don't have the rune, you just tickle them. But when you get the rune, they'll just grow up, and then you can climb up them. And when you're actually playing the beginning part and a lot of the other parts of the game, it allows you to get to the toxic sewers, which you need to go through to get the rune that I'm after. But or you get the ram room in the toxic sewers as well, which you need to get through floors. And anyways, later in the game, there might be an item up there. Oh, well, now you can get it using the vine rune, and you can go up there. And like I said, if you've got the recycle, you can cash it out if it's something you don't want. Or if you don't have a R1, R2, or an L2 and R2 weapon, you can pick it up and it'll help you survive. Like I've come to find that the game doesn't have wasteful items. Like everything you pick up, even if you don't like it, you can find a way to use it to your advantage. Like the grenades, you can throw it down as you're throwing down a turret and freeze people in place. You know, like if your turret does extra ice damage, or just lock them in place so that the turret gets an extra shot, a couple shots off before they start moving. Because your turret does have a life bar, so like enemies can kill the turrets, but you know, like it's definitely helpful.
Yeah.
Just like Helldivers.
Yeah.
No, this game is
so good.
This game is really goddamn good.
It's in my top 3 for the year.
Like I've 100%ed Celeste on Switch. I platinum God of War, and this, like, I don't care if I ever finish it or not finish it, but like 100% it. Like, I will keep playing this game for a very long time.
This is like, I know we've been doing a lot of stuff on the side and whatever for like YouTube channel or whatever, but like it's sad, but this is like the first game that's really grabbed me this year. Like really just made me want to keep playing and keep playing and keep playing. That like I haven't felt that way about any game this year so far, except for maybe that initial run at Celeste.
Yeah.
Which I actually played a little bit of that too, because I wanted to get back to some, because like I'm trying to make a list for game of the year stuff just so I have it ready, even though I haven't really played that many games this year. Mm-hmm. But I mean, that's about to change this fall. There's so much stuff coming out but I mean, Dead Cells is like right now, Dead Cells is the game that's keeping me like, I can't stop playing like that. All I'm thinking about right now is after we record, I'm going to play some Dead Cells.
Yeah.
Before I go to sleep, you know, like
it's one of those games that I can already hear a bunch of people in like all of my social media feeds complaining about it because A, they're not making progress, B, it's pixel art, and C, you know, it's another Metroidvania or another side scroller or another whatever. Of course, this is an indie game because and of course everybody loves it because it's indie. Like, I can see so many people that will just lob so much shade at it, and then like they just completely miss the point.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also seen a lot of people like in games criticism and, you know, just people that influencers in the gaming space talking about it in ways that like I've not heard people talk about games that are done at like higher budgets with bigger marketing and and so many things, because everything in this game is just good. Like there's nothing, there's not like an ounce of missed material here. Very nice. But I like the fact, as someone who really loves roguelikes, and I'm not like a super purist about roguelikes, but I like the permadeath. I like you sort of get what you get, and you have to adapt and adjust on the fly. I appreciate that about the genre, but like everybody that jumped on to Rogue Legacy when it hit consoles like 4 years ago now, they should play this game, because this game does it better and easier than that game ever did. Like I liked Rogue Legacy a lot, but the platforming in it is dog shit. The combat in it isn't great. And
to your point about combat, I think that's why I like to play this game so much too, is like the combat and the movement just feels so good.
Yeah.
Like it like I don't even care where I'm going through the sewers half the time, because I'm just finding guys to like, I throw an ice grenade at them or one of those stun grenades, jump over them, use either the whip or the sword if I have the whip, and like it just feels so good to move and fight things in that game, to the point where it's like, I don't care if I die. I'm just having fun fighting dudes,
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten to the point where I'm training myself like to think, okay, next fight. Who's next? Who else wants a piece? Who do I have to line up next to this asshole I just beat?
It's also like mastering an enemy. Like I was saying, like when I first started with the toxic sewers, I have to take the ice blast in there. Well, now I can take the ice bow. Or I can even skip that. There's a weapon you get later on called the ice shard, and it doesn't freeze enemies; it just slows them down. So like you got the zombie enemy in the beginning that like will prone to he'll like crouched out back.
He like does this weird
and he jumps at you. Like he'll do it in super slow motion, or the purple thing that like throws the grenade at you. Like, he'll do it in super slow motion. So you may not freeze them, but it like definitely it almost kind of like speeds you up. It makes you like super fast.
It gives you an advantage in the fight.
Yeah. So I didn't like the ice shard at first, like I was saying, because I love the ice blast so much. But then I had it, and I was like, you know what? Because sometimes I'll try and reset my beginning weapons, but then sometimes I'll just be like, well, maybe I'll find it, in an area in a chest. There's chests. There's sometimes something will be behind a locked door that you can pay money to open the door and get in to get it. Because like I've seen that, and sometimes I'll just skip over it because I have all the weapons that I want, and it's not a scroll, which increases like one of the 3 trees, which is brutality,
tactics, and survival.
Yeah, and survival. And so like I'll just skip it because I'm like, I don't need an ice grenade. And I'm not going to get the money on return when I open that door to like recycle it. So I'm just like, screw it. I just keep moving on. But like you find, like I did a playthrough with Justin, our boy Justin Doss. And so like I was doing a platinum plays, and I said, all right, this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to do a run. You're going to pick everything I choose as a weapon. And so we got to like a shield, and it was like one of the first weapons. He's like, we'll use the shield. And I'm like, I've never used a shield before. This should be fun. And so like, obviously I had a hard time using the shield because I never used it. And then I got better at it. Like when you want to block, because there's times where like you can parry, and it's like, oh, your damage is increased by like 150% after a parry, or, like it staggers them a certain amount. So it has advantages. Also, you're blocking the incoming damage. Yeah. So like as you get better and better shields, like I think the first shield you get might block like 75% of the damage incoming, which is actually pretty good. But you'll get better ones as you go. And so it was kind of cool checking out a shield. But then like I said, as we went through the playthrough, I was like, well, pick my, I'd come to a treasure chest open up. I'd be like, am I taking that? What am I swapping out? And let them pick it, And so It's pretty cool in that aspect too, because like you can like pick up the weapon that you got or you're forced to take and run with it and learn it pretty well. But like I was going back to like the toxic sewer thing, if I get some decent weapons, I can go through the toxic sewer in like no time, as opposed to like the first time, couple times I was playing it, it was a struggle, you know, until you memorize like the bosses. And you're running down a long hallway and you're like, yeah, Scorpion's gonna pop up soon, and boom, one like pops up, or you know, like it kind of can get predictable. Sometimes it's not. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I expect a Scorpion. It's like, nope, like 2 inches more of the screen moving over and it's platform to jump up, you know, and then I jump up and I'm like, okay, well that was cool, you know. So it does keep you on your toes, and it's definitely fun. But I will have to say, yeah, I was saying top 3 earlier. Now that I've been talking about it and thinking about it, it's number 1. I loved God of War, but I loved God of War's story. I didn't have a struggle with the game mechanics. Probably it's more me. I will say it's probably more me than it is the game.
No, see, like for God of War, like for me, the spoilers for God of War for like 5 seconds. So skip ahead if you haven't beaten it. But like for me, the game didn't really get to where I thought it would be good until I got the chains.
Yeah.
Like that's when I started like I was like, okay, this is a God of War game. This is what I love about God of War right here. And like, not that the axe was a bad weapon, but like, and you know, using combos with the kid and you know, throwing the axe and punching people through walls and stuff like that was all fun and stuff. But like, you know, the story stuff was good, but like, I felt like there was something missing for me in God of War, you know, until I got the chains, and then I was like, okay, this feels more like God of War. This feels like the grown-up God of War. But then when I got the chains, I felt like I didn't have enough time with the chains because I wanted to see the story through, right? And now, you know, I'm going to go back and do some of the side stuff that I missed or whatever.
Definitely should. The side stuff in that game is worth it.
Yeah, and you know, I want to make sure like I get a lot of the experience that everybody else had. You know, I might even try out New Game Plus, which came out today. You know, like I and take.
There's a lot of reasons to do New Game Plus as well.
Yeah,
new gear, new perks, like some good stuff.
Yeah, so like I might go ahead and do that too, just because I want to, because I played God of War so like hit or miss. Like 1 week I would play like 3 nights in a row, and then I wouldn't play for 2 weeks, and then I had my baby, and then you know I didn't even finish it till after the baby was born, and you know I feel like I missed something. So like I do want to go back and finish it, but for some reason, like I don't know, man. Dead Cells is, the more we're talking about it, the more excited I am to play it when we're done.
Like yeah, it's that good. Like I've not fallen this hard for a game this quickly probably since Bloodborne. Like I fell super hard super fast for that game, but that was like kind of a known quantity, like I knew I would. But then like right after that, like Helldivers, like I fell super hard for that game. Like it's been that long. And last year, 2017 was a great year for games. There were a lot of games that I loved and a lot of games that actually became, you know, some of my, if I were to do a 100 favorite games right now, 2017 would be well represented because there were some great ones. I mean, Breath of the Wild, you know, notwithstanding, like it. But the way this game is doing all it does, and still, you know, being easy. I mean, it's so accessible to any player. Like I'm not. I mean, it is like
any skill level.
Like
that's
yeah,
really
yeah, like yeah. I mean, like I honestly think like this is Guacamelee level accessibility. Like
yeah, that was super accessible.
It's super accessible, but like you're not just gonna walk through it. Like you have to do some work. And I love how they attack the roguelike shit. like, and not just the every run is different, not just that, but like how they do shops, how they have secret rooms, and rooms that are blocked behind the paywall that Moose mentioned, rooms that are blocked behind tasks like the speed rooms. There's a lot here, and it represents the roguelike genre very, very well. Now, am I going to take this onto a roguelike forum and say, hey, what do people think about Dead Cells? No, because they'll freaking crucify me, because it's not an ASCII, it's not turn-based, and it's easier to play. Like, all of a sudden, and then there's the fact that, it's not 100% roguelike based on many people's definition of the thing. But no, this is epochal in the way that Spelunky was, where they said, where Derek, you said, yeah, a platformer can be a roguelike. Now it's more permadeathy. Spelunky is more permadeathy than Dead Cells, and same with Binding of Isaac. But they are doing something special here, and it deserves to be noticed, regarded, appraised, and experienced by anybody that likes video games.
Yeah. If you, like you said, like, it's accessible, I feel, because the enemy types are memorization down to like a very fundamental level.
Yeah.
Like, if you memorize a boss, you're good. Now, I have gotten into situations where they'll put 4 or 5 bosses, or not bosses, but like enemies, like in an area that I've got to go through, and you're just like, oh crap.
Shit,
like,
this is going to be tough.
Like, I've jumped in, and I'll go to drop the turrets, but something will pop up and hit me and knock me down. Then I'll take some extra damage from something, and you're just like, oh crap, this is not good. And
yeah, you know what that is?
like,
that's praying to RN Jesus. Like, that's what that is.
Right.
And
but like the beginning enemies. Oh, you learn he's going to rear back and then jump forward, so you can roll through his jump, or you can roll through him while he's rearing, turn around and start hitting him. If you got a ranged weapon, hit him. Like, you learn like what your limitations on your weapons are when you first start out, and what works and what doesn't. Like, I love the lightning bolt, which is awesome.
Yeah, the lightning bolt's a good time. Oh my god!
Except if you hold it too long, because then it does damage to you. But
yeah, I learned that one the hard way. I think I died doing that.
That's pretty funny.
I mean,
but
it's me. It's me. It's Mr.
I'm
rolling off it's me rolling off of cliffs in Dark Souls. Like, that's what I do. I will find a dumb way to die.
And like I was saying, so like also like you'll be like running through areas and you'll be like, oh, I want to go get that. I want to get that item, and it's like, if you can't get it, just keep moving. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like something you're missing. Like, it's a rune. Like, you might need the vine rune to like create the vine to climb up and get to the item. You might need the ram rune, which allows you to knock through certain floors, which gets you down into other areas. And like I said, as like later on in the game, they'll hide stuff in that area. Like, they'll hide the merchant down there or something like that. I will have to say that they do a great job with the map, number one. And number two, they do a great job with teleportation portals.
Oh, isn't that good? Oh my god.
So for listeners who don't know, like, the game has quote unquote timed lock gates in it.
Yeah.
So the toxic sewers, and so Matt, the Promenade of the Condemned is 2 minutes. You have to make it to the lock gate in those stages by 2 minutes to open it up. Now, the cool thing is they lock a lot of gold behind there. I'm not saying
a
like
lot of cells. I've heard there are a lot of
there'll be a tank. So like there's tanks that hold like the scrolls or like hold the cells. So you'll get that, or you might get a blueprint, or you'll get a lot of gold. They don't hide runes behind that. So it's not like you have to make a mad dash for it. Right. So what I have found, I've done it twice now. The first time I did it with 3 seconds left, and the second time I did it with 10 seconds left. And like I said, it's been gold, cells, great. Got to the end, cashed everything in, except for the gold, because I didn't need to use it. But so if you want to try and make it to that, make it to that. But my number one tip for the game is to explore everywhere.
Yes.
Because if you try and run to those doors, you might miss weapons and scrolls that will power you up, quote unquote, for the long run.
Yeah.
So it's like when I'm making my run at that boss, I go and I look everywhere, and like we were saying, use the teleporters. Like usually it's like right next to a dead end, or that you go to the merchant, you just run out, jump up a couple platforms, and the teleporter's right there to take you back up to the top to keep moving. So they do a great job of trying to help you move through the level quickly, because even if you miss the gate on the first one, if you get through the end of that stage to the next stage, you can make it to that next time gate. And I believe there's only, as far as I've seen, there's only one gate per run, one time gate per run. So if you get it in the first world, I don't think they're in the rest of them. Don't quote me on that.
Jesse Douglas in the chat brought up something that I completely forgot about that happened to me today. The cursed chests.
The cursed chests, I don't even touch them.
Those are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, they are. He's like, come on, man. Come on.
He's like, oh, I've been a bad boy. I need to be taught a lesson. Oh, my God. I'm like, what the hell is happening? And then all of a sudden, I have to survive 10 enemies without getting hit.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked in the chat, he did say, have you broken down one and survived? I got 9, and then one of those double sword dudes in the promenade of the condemned finished me off. That prick.
Well, I do have to do it because on the PS4 it's a trophy, so I'll actually have to do it. So I'm just gonna have to find one early on, cash it in, and try and survive.
Yeah, I don't think you'll get one in the opening area. I think you probably won't get one until.
No, you do.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I have. I just, like I said, I run because I think we were like one of the first nights we were playing. Jason and I and Jeff were in a party, and we were all just playing Dead Cells. I think it was might have been last week before we were recording, and he tried it and was just like. He's like, it's cursed. He's like, I gotta survive 10 enemies, and he didn't even survive 10 enemies. And I'm like, I'm never touching a cursed chest. I was like, what I see, he'll like try and talk to me, and I'll either run through the room, like if there's another door on the other side, or if it's a dead end, I just turn around. I'm like, peace.
Like, nope, fuck
I'll see you later, buddy. I know exactly what you are. I'm out.
I know your game, and you're creepy. Go away.
I've not done the pay door. I wonder if
I've not gotten cursed by
the pay doors don't really do anything. I wouldn't waste your time.
I've gotten like stuff.
Is he talking about the ones with the items on the other side?
Yeah.
Well, see, you get the items on the other side. I've never got a curse on the other side.
Yeah, I've not gotten cursed by.
And I've never gotten cursed by a pay door. So maybe I'm skipping all the pay doors that would curse me and only hitting the right ones so far. Knock on wood.
Which, in that case, get good like Moose. I don't know.
Get good on Moose. You're welcome.
My wife does that now at work.
I only eat burgers, drink beer, and get good.
It's good. Welcome slogan.
Oh, yeah, you should put that as your PS4 description. I only eat burgers, drink beer, and get good. So, yeah, Dead Cells is really good. I feel like we're going to be talking about this game a while.
Yeah.
I know I will because I don't even care about what else is on my Switch right now. And I've got some good games on there.
See the Messenger drops this week?
Yeah.
What?
No, next week, the 30th. So
Messenger, the Ninja Gaiden style indie platformer that switches between 8 and 16-bit, depending on what you're doing.
Where's that next week?
Well, and then Guacamelee 2 drops tomorrow, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah. Guacamelee 2 is tomorrow.
Man, I want that game on Switch so bad.
It'll come.
I know, but I want to play it.
It's next Thursday it drops. The 30th? That's weird. But anyways, whatever.
Wait, what drops? Wait, what did we say drops on the 30th? Messenger? Yeah, it's Thursday. Switch games drop on Thursdays.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Nindies drop on Thursdays, and then Xbox games drop on Wednesdays, and PlayStation games drop on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So, can I ask a dumb question? And this is just because I've heard the term bandied about a lot. What exactly is a Nindy?
It's an indie game on a Nintendo system.
So like Dead Cells is an indie.
Yep.
Okay, but how come Dead Cells dropped on Tuesday then?
Because I mean, they drop loosely on Thursdays. Most games drop on Thursdays. Bigger titles usually drop on Tuesdays. Like Shovel Knight dropped on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
The Lightfall I think dropped on a Tuesday. A lot of featured games drop on Tuesdays.
Okay.
But I mean, most Nindies drop on Thursdays. So
you need to check out.
Also, A Hat in Time is also coming to Switch too.
What?
A Hat in Time.
Yeah, it is. Which would be cool.
It's like it came out like the same week as Mario Odyssey, and it's like the same type of game where you throw your hat to do different things within the game.
Wow, A Hat in Time.
I would recommend checking out Messenger just because the backstory is cool. It's been like 25 years in the development. Like this guy's been like waiting 25 years to like finally finish this game, and I'm like, I think that deserves some attention to like have a love and dedication to your game.
Now, if you wait that long to have a story about your game, it's not worth it. I'm just kidding.
All right.
Well, like speaking of weird ones that took forever, Windjammers 2 got announced today.
Yeah, I posted that.
Like,
I tried to tag you in that post on NGP, and it wouldn't let me. So I was just like, "He'll see it."
Yeah, I saw it. And like Chris Hard tagged me in like a post from the announcement. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like
nobody's weird alternate universe.
Like, no. and then the trailer is just anime as all get out.
Yeah,
and there's no release date on it, and it looks cool. Like if the game looks like that, rather than 32-bit sprite based, I'm down.
Yeah.
I will definitely watch that space, but I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, this needs to be on your radar, because Windjammers is a specific sort of thing that's probably only going to scratch the itch on a specific amount of people. And I happen to have an arcade I had an arcade machine in a gas station near me in the late 90s that had, Windjammers on it, and I would play the hell out of that game. Thank you, Benny from DeBay. Thank you for complimenting me on my shirt. I'm glad you like it. It's one of my favorites.
Hey, Bennett.
Benny!
Benny and the Jets.
Benny from the Bay.
Benny from the Bay.
But and then was it Polygon or GameSpot that talked about Sekiro pre-orders, and now you can't pre-order it because I tried and I can't do it.
Are you trying to do the Grandmaster collection?
I mean, I ain't no chump.
I know you're not. I was thinking about it, but I'm like, that's a lot of physical stuff that I have no space for. So I think I might just do the digital deluxe edition or something.
Which I've depended, like, I didn't even see a price for it, so I don't know.
Yeah, like if it's like the Dark Souls like collection that they announced for Europe, where it was like $500 for like
games. No.
Fuck no. I don't even want to pay like $200 for that, because, like I said, no disrespect to the statue. People who like statues, if you love them, that's awesome. But I look at the statue's really fucking cool. But you know what? I ain't got no fucking place to put it in my house.
Yeah.
We downsized for a reason.
I
downsized for a reason.
Like I will do that, but like I will only do it to a certain point. Like I'm not gonna I am not paying $200. I will stop at 150.
Yeah,
and that's
if it's 150 physical, I'll sign up, because I'm like, it's only 2 games. It's 2 games, and I will probably play that for the vast majority of next year. So,
and the fact that game is coming out this quickly, I feel like that's crazy.
I wonder if they were. I bet you they started development as soon as Bloodborne was done.
I'm thinking they did too.
They had to. And
because that's a huge turnaround on a new IP.
More power to you, man.
Yeah, no, I mean Miyazaki, you go, you
go, bro.
You do what you need to do, and if you think you're good, I trust you.
I can't use it as a car ornament, Benny. He's talking about the statue. Dude,
no, I know.
My car, I drive a Scion, and my car, like the windshield's like real close to the dash, like it's real aerodynamic. And I'm like,
I can't use it as a hood ornament, and I can't use it as like a dashboard thing because it's,
he said car ornament.
It'll just be in the way. But like I the only reason I'll go 150 is because when I kickstarted Bloodstained, I went 150. That's like my top. And
what was your platform of choice?
PS4. And segue into that
for multiple reasons.
They get a physical copy. And it was it was like right after we became friends when that was announced. So we hadn't really
friends.
But that game got pushed to 2019, and they canceled the Vita version.
Rip Vita.
Now I don't know if they like broke news here because like I know Sony a while back mentioned Vita as a legacy platform. Have they outwardly said they are done producing physical Vitas now?
Yeah.
No, they didn't say Vitas specifically. They said the physical carts. They're stopping the production of carts.
Oh, see, I knew that.
But I don't know about the units. But I mean, I don't know. Are people
I thought they said that they were stopping production of the units.
I mean, maybe they are. I honestly have no idea.
Well, they also, if you look at their statement, I looked at their statement on GameSpot, and they said the reason that they canceled the Vita version was because Sony discontinued the Vita, but also is killing some PSN functionality with the Vita, like later on. Like it was a really weird article. I'll have to go back to Jeff's conversation about it, but he posted it, and I'm just like, kind of sucks, but it would have been nice to have a Vita version. But you get, if you're on Vita,
if only Nintendo would take these notes and get rid of the fucking 3DS.
Do you think it's out of the realm of possibility they'd make another handheld Sony?
I think so. No, I think Sony will make another handheld, but it would be more like
It would be more like the Switch.
Yeah, it'll be kind of like a quote unquote pad. Like it'll be like hey, here's our tablet, and you can sync up a DualShock 4 with it, or DualShock 5 if we're talking PlayStation 5, and that'll be how it is. It won't be like a strict, we're only a platform. But
and like I feel like if they were going to do anything in the handheld space, it would be something that is a higher powered Switch.
So here's the quote. This decision is largely due to Sony's plans to discontinue the Vita console, ending production of physical copies, and stopping certain online store support features, Iragashi said. It is extremely unfortunate, but as a result, we won't be releasing the game on Vita. For the backers who have ordered the PS Vita version of the game, you will be able to choose another platform or request a refund. So,
which they're being above board. Like I feel like that is perfect.
I think that's awesome. You say, hey, Sony is forcing our hand. We have to cancel it. You can pick whatever platform you want to go on. So whether that's we're going Xbox because fuck Sony because they canceled my my handheld console, or I'll go Switch because I bought that handheld. Yeah. Or hey, I'll go PS4 because I still want the trophies. Right. Benny's in the chat. PS5 equals hybrid console handheld plus PSVR 2. No, I don't think it'll be a hybrid yet.
I think whatever. Like the PS5 is going to be like a beefier PS4 Pro, right? I think it has to be, but I think there could be a possible secondary unit that acts like a mixture of the Switch and the Vita, where like, hey, it runs at lower specs and whatever, but you can download like maybe it has like a
You can play Horizon on it.
Yeah, maybe it has like a 250 gig hard drive on board.
This is where they can really attack Nintendo, because Sony does the cross buy and cross save feature with their with the Vita and the PS4. Like it's awesome. And I think if they take it to the next level where it's like comparable graphic wise to it might not be the best as far as like the mobile goes, but it's to a point where it might be like just under a PS4. You know what I'm saying? So like you could buy the PS5. If you want like the portable portion of it, you can buy said unit. I don't think we're going to see a PSVR 2 for a long time. In fact, I would be willing to bet that the PSVR will be backwards compatible with the PS5. Like you'll be able to just plug the PSVR into the PS5 and it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Simply because if they don't do that, they will automatically, that moment that it is announced that the PSVR does not work with the PS5, they will kill it.
Yep.
PSVR will be dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So they can't do that. They have to make it backwards. Now, not to say that they won't announce like, a second iteration. They could have PSVR 2 with the PS5, but they have to make the PSVR backwards compatible. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if you already own it, hey, bring it with your next system.
Everything's got to work with everything.
Yes.
You're
especially in that space. Like especially in that space.
Yeah. I think the PS5 1.5, maybe 2 times as powerful as the PS4 Pro. Like it's got to be a significant step to where you're like, okay, I'll make that jump. You know what I mean? Like if they've got to come out and make me want to buy the PS5. It can't be this, like the PS4 was kind of like a niche thing. And I only bought it because I was like, well, depending on what they're doing with backwards compatibility, I want to be able to play my games. My launch console was kind of like slugging along. It was sounding like a helicopter more and more every day, because I play the fucking hell out of it. And Horizon sounded like it was ready to take off into the atmosphere. And so I upgraded the PS4 Pro. What's that?
I cannot wait for Horizon.
Oh, dude. It's got to be a launch title, dude. It's got to be a launch title.
Dude, that'll be enough time. Their second team is working on a Killzone for launch. That's the rumor.
Fuck the rumor. Anyways, so what I'm getting at is it has to be a significant jump for me to either buy it day one or just be like, you know what? I'll just wait till the second year that it's out to pick it up. Mm-hmm. Especially if they said backwards compatibility isn't going to work. Matt, I need someplace to play my Bloodborne to get my fix.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now. Like Jeff Gerstmann from Giant Bomb said this like a few months ago. He's like, the next systems have to be backwards compatible.
Mm-hmm. I think this was like 2 weeks ago.
No. Well, he first said it, and then like people were like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, motherfucker, these have to be backwards compatible because they're basically the same. They're basically the same thing. Like Sony's not doing some weird cell shit that's like fucked up when it comes to emulating, and like unless they have some new blow your face off shit, like because this is getting ridiculous. Mm-hmm. They can't do another generation like this generation where they're porting PS3 stuff that was super highly regarded, and people who didn't play it previously should have the chance. They can't do that this time now. Like,
yeah. Well, the reason that Sony doesn't do backwards compatibility is because they bought the company to do PS Now.
Yeah, they bought, what was it? What was it, DNA or whatever?
No, it's not DNA.
Or was it? No, there was some. It was some Korean company. They bought like a streaming company that was supposed to do all that. But and I still say it, like with the next generation of consoles, backwards compatibility has to be a goddamn thing, as does crossplay. If you're not all playing together, I'm not even going to get involved unless Bloodborne 2. And then,
they bought OnLive.
That's who it is.
It was Gaikai, 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 Gaikai.
Gaikai. Or DNA was Who bought
DNA is doing Nintendo's mobile stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's who DNA is.
And they're supposedly building Nintendo's online infrastructure to incorporate mobile, 3DS, and Switch.
Okay. I hope that's coming along.
I think this is where Sony can be like, we can still have this company benefit us. That purchase won't be a complete like throwaway, but we can still keep it going. PSN Now needs to be downloadable, like Netflix is with their streaming service.
Yeah.
Like, I want to play Uncharted 2 from the PlayStation 3 era. Okay, I can download it. And I can play it without latency, no issues, no lag, whatever. I play it and I'm good to go.
Word.
That's what they need to implement if they're going to keep going with that. Now, I feel they can outright make PS4 games and digital PS4 games backwards compatible. I could see them doing the PS3 and PS2 stuff. Whatever they have on PS Now, make that downloadable. Like, if they don't, like, I could see Sony coming out and be like, all right, listen, everything you own for your console and PS4 is backwards compatible. You'll play it on your PS5, but if you want to use PSN Now, hey, guess what? You don't have to worry about lag. You can download games. I could even see them limiting. You can download 5 games up to a time at one time, play them, swap out as you're going. You know what I mean? Or they could even come in and say, hey, we're upgrading the price to be $5 more a year, but you can download limitless amount of games. You know, like, I can see them having tiers.
Yeah, I mean, what they need to do is offer you a tier, and Microsoft needs to do this too with Game Pass, where like they offer you a tier where PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now, or
yes,
Gold and Game Pass are under one subscription.
Yes.
Because like I tried out the Game Pass thing, right, and like I always forget that I have to re-up it every month, right? Or I just wish everything was under the same thing. And I think PlayStation Now would be much more successful if somebody was like, hey, instead of $100 a year, what is it, 100? How much is it a year for that? Or like 6 months or whatever? Yeah. I don't know, but something like...
I thought it was $9.99.
I think that's a month.
PlayStation Now pricing
$19.99 per month.
Ew, gross.
So $20 a month. That's a shit ton of money, man.
That is kind of gross, actually.
So
new subscribers can get their first month for $9.99. Sony is offering a 1-year subscription price at $99.99. Okay, so
here's the thing. If you do PlayStation Now and
if you did PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now for $150 a year,
well, see, it's $300 now. I would like to see them do the combo for, like you said, $150, $200.
Yeah, and just be like, okay, I'm a PlayStation Plus Platinum member now, right? To keep with the whole trophy thing or whatever,
right?
Like that.
Well, I mean. Moose bought a PS3 to go back to PS3
Demon
games.
Souls.
Yeah.
Dark Souls.
I would love to play some PS3 games that I didn't finish, or at least didn't finish the trophies, or just that I never got to play. I would love to play. Plus, I would love to play fucking Shatter again. Shatter's great.
She doesn't like it when I finish.
That's how babies are made.
Yeah. That's what got Corey into this situation. I'm just going ham on the silliness, man. You can go ahead.
I don't remember what I was saying. I'm completely fucking lost now.
Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished.
Okay, yeah. I'd love to play Shatter.
You'd love to play Shatter again. Yeah, Benny. Benny's got your back. Yeah, Benny.
Benny, yes. Benny. No, I'd like to play Horde again. I would give anything to play Pixel Junk Eden again with a controller. Because
What else do you play it with?
Well, you can play it on PC and you can play
Okay.
it, which I'm assuming which is
you can use your Never mind. I'm not helping you. Listen, I can't.
I'm beyond help. Just don't.
You have an 8-bit controller that works with Steam, motherfucker.
I don't have a computer that can play games on it, motherfucker.
Okay. You do have an addiction well displayed behind you.
Yes,
so
yes.
All right. Hey, you know what?
It's all your fault, Kamasi Washington. Seriously.
You know what? It's
You
better
too,
than
Queen
drugs.
Latifah. And
You know
Radiohead and Finesse.
Do you know why it's better than drugs? Because
Hugs, not drugs.
it just
Jesus
kills your
fucking
wallet,
Christ.
but
Shut
it
up,
doesn't
Corey.
kill you at the same time. Okay?
Title of the episode: Hugs, not drugs.
I mean, that's cool.
My mom used to pick. I'd be like, "Mom, I haven't developed a cocaine habit, so I think you should be all right."
This isn't cocaine; it's a powdered donut. Fat.
I snuck a donut into the bathroom, Mom. Leave me alone.
I went to Dunkin' Donuts. Leave me alone. All right. So
Rub that powdered sugar into your teeth.
Rub it on the gums. Mm. That's what she said.
motherfucker.
Oh man.
Okay. Back on track.
Baby from the bay. Now I'm gonna be doing that way too much because it just works so awesomely.
It does. I'm glad it came to me. And it's probably not the first time he's heard that. And if it's not, I apologize, but I'm not taking it back.
If it's the first time, then he does not have cool friends or no cool
This
people.
is true. Yeah.
So,
or any friends. They don't have to be cool.
If it's the first time you're hearing that, to quote Moose, you're welcome. And if it's not the first time, oh, good. See, it's a compliment.
I'm glad he's taking it well.
Benny. All right, Benny.
Right here, buddy.
So we had talked about bringing 20 questions back for season 4. We can't bring it back without. Oh, good! It's not the first time. All right, so he hangs out with normal people.
That's good.
We can't bring back 20 questions without commemorating the winner of seasons 3, and I think by at least 2, it was Corey.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have all won 20 questions.
When did I win?
You won season 2, motherfucker.
Did I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take it.
We never rewarded him though. So
It's fine.
Well, I'm not going to reward you for winning season 3, so let's call it a wash. I'm just
fair.
kidding.
And back to 0. No.
I'll get you something nice. I did pick up Shadow Tactics today. Oh.
I picked up Phantom Doctrine this weekend. I cannot wait to play that game.
Yeah,
Switch?
that's that like stealthy XCOM style game,
Yeah,
right?
I have to.
It's like-
There are 2 games I have to spend some time with before the end of the year, and that's one of them. And Monster Hunter World is another one. Just because I've not played those near enough. But
I'll play
back
some
to-
Monster Hunter with you if you want.
okay, all right. Back to.
It looks like it's gotten some good reviews, man. Nice.
Yeah, I know. It looks fucking great. But so, do you guys want to do 20 questions?
Sure.
It is
Who's
10:45. Well, I mean,
Well-
Corey won, so the winner starts.
Jesus, I'm not prepared for this.
I got a game.
I mean, I got a game too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Well,
not
then why
hard,
don't you-
Corey.
Why don't you go?
Well,
One of you have a game.
You're our fearless leader. Pick which one. We both have games.
You mean you money mode this motherfucker?
Yeah.
Nope, I'm gonna go.
All right,
Okay. All right.
Dick.
Who's running the timer? Who's keeping
Oh,
count?
he is. Let him. You and I have been drinking. We can't do this.
Matt,
I
remind
don't
everybody the
even
rules
know.
of 20 questions.
Okay, yeah. So 20 questions. Corey has a game in his head. Moose and I are going to alternate asking him yes or no questions. Every 5 questions, Moose and I get a 2-minute huddle. At the end of 20, we have to come up with a guess. After question number 20, we have a 5-minute time period to come up with a guess. If we guess right at any point in this little shindig, we win. If we guess wrong at any point in this shindig, we lose. If we win, each of us gets a point. If Corey wins, he's the only one getting a point. Corey,
Right.
Are you ready, sir?
Yep.
Moose, are you ready, sir?
I'm ready.
Matt, yes, you're ready.
Ready.
Moose, Ask.
Ready, I'm a
you up first. Ready for 20 questions.
Was this game released before January 1st, 2000?
Yep.
Was this game released after January 1st, 1990?
Yes.
10-year span. 10-year span. Do you play a human?
Yes.
Is this in the 16-bit generation? Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Never in my life did I picture this. I'm
TurboGrafx 16?
sure.
This game is not a 16-bit game.
So it's 8-bit.
Could be 32 or 64 came out in 99, right?
Sure did. No, 64 came out in 96, bruh.
96, bro.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so wow, the Super Nintendo generation wasn't that long then.
Nope.
Was this game a console exclusive?
Initially, yes.
Okay.
Is this in the Nintendo 64 PS1 generation?
No.
Yeah. So it's got to be Nintendo.
That's 5. You guys want a huddle or you want to keep going?
Huddle. Let's huddle for a second.
Okay.
So that would limit it to the Genesis and Nintendo, right?
No, Super Nintendo and Genesis were 16-bit. So
But I thought you asked if it came out in the 16-bit era, and he said no.
Yeah, in the 16-bit generation.
So wouldn't it be 8-bit? Because 8-bit was still around.
So it would be just NES.
Oh, what about Sega what was the regular Sega before the Genesis Master System? That's what I meant to say.
Was
Not
that
the
8-bit? I don't even remember.
Yeah, the 8-bit was I mean,
Master System?
the Master System was 8-bit. I've been drinking
Okay.
too much. I'm sorry. These
That's
double IPAs are hitting me pretty hard, especially with the lack of food I had.
To be
But anyways.
fair, I said it didn't. I didn't say it didn't come out during the 16-bit generation. I just said it was not a 16-bit game.
Well, then why didn't you answer my question?
I did. That's how I answered it.
No, you didn't ask. You didn't answer the question I asked.
I said this is not a 16-bit game.
And then you asked if it was on
What
the
was
N64.
what was the question that I asked, Corey?
You said, did it come out during the 16-bit generation? And I didn't really know how to.
I thought he said on the 16-bit generation.
I thought he said during.
I said during the 16-bit generation. I didn't ask if
Okay.
it was a 16-bit game.
Well, still, that still provides more information than that answer would have given you.
Well, but you didn't even answer the question.
Penny, we're going real far down the rabbit hole here. Like, it's getting fucking specific.
Like, what question did I answer? Answer the question I asked.
Did it come out during the 16-bit generation? No.
Okay, so it was. Jesus Christ! And it's not.
What does that mean? Because it's not on the N64 PS1.
I'm not sure
era.
what this means now. I mean, Sega could it be a Sega CD game? Could it be a
Well, that was 32-bit.
right?
But that was like, wasn't that in the PS? Shit. But I thought you asked if it came out during the N64.
I did. N64 PS1.
And what did he say?
No.
Okay. So it had to come out before that.
Yeah. So
which means it's not on that system. And it couldn't be a Sega CD 32-bit because Sega CD was 32 fucking bit. Was it not?
Right, but see, that's also not 16-bit. So it's either 8-bit or it's 32-bit at this point.
You're killing me, Smalls.
I mean, I'm
you have 15 seconds.
Who's up first? Me or you? What do we want to start narrowing down other?
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Let's do other questions until we can try and narrow it down a little bit. Okay.
Let me recap for you. It did not come out during the 64 or 32-bit generation, which would be PS1 and 64 Saturn.
Okay.
Oh, look at that!
He just gave us information. I'll take that. It did not come out during the 16-bit era either.
I didn't. It came out during the 16-bit generation, but it is not a 16-bit game.
Okay, so again, okay, so all right, it's not a 16-bit.
It's got to be Sega CD or 32X.
But he just said it's not a 32-bit system.
Those were add-ons. They were add-ons to the Sega Genesis. It wasn't a strict 32-bit. It's just I own one. I'm ashamed of it. But I know he owned one. I know he owned one.
I own one what?
A 32X, didn't you?
No.
God damn it.
Saturn?
I thought we walked the
Saturn?
same dark path.
No.
No, you're the only one who walked Sega's line.
I had a Genesis and a Dreamcast and a CD. Sega CD.
Sega CD. Oh. I got an idea.
Okay.
Are we going with questioning?
Is this game part of a series?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, shit. That completely shot that all to hell.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, because then I don't waste the
You guys
questions.
are missing some very important consoles in this, or very important things in this.
Well, we're only 5 questions in, Garrick. How about you calm down?
I know. I'm just saying.
And you have an advantage over us. It's called alcohol.
Yeah. It's like always having the ice blasted.
Is that why Matt was so confused about the 16-bit question?
Well, I asked you if it came out during the 16-bit generation. You said it's not a 16-bit game. You didn't answer my question because that's not what I fucking asked. It's not my fault you're doing this wrong, Garrick. I don't know what you want from me.
I've given you way more information than your questions have allowed at this point.
Mommy hit Daddy and I don't know what to do.
Eat your dinner, Moose. Go to your room.
Eat your damn burger and chug your fucking beer.
You're welcome. All right, question 7, Moose. Go ahead.
Is the game first person?
No.
First party?
Is this game first party?
Yep.
And it's not a console exclusive?
I said initially it was.
Initially it was. So at initial release it was, which means it's part of a series, and now that series is not on. It's not exclusive to that system.
To add on to that point, this game has been remastered and re-released a few times.
Flashback. He's just like.
Is this game a side scroller?
No.
It's not Flashback then.
Okay, I know. Do you shoot in the game?
No.
Melee combat?
Okay.
What has moved?
This is 10, right, Corey?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a platformer?
Nope.
All right. So we get time.
Your huddle starts now.
It's not first person. Not a side scroller, not a platformer.
But it is first party.
It is
And
first
it's
party.
no longer exclusive. Like it was exclusive at the time.
Yeah.
So the only company that I can think of,
Rare.
well, yes, that's one, or Sega, being two.
I'm going to tell you right now, this game is still exclusive to first party. It's just been re-released. If that helps you.
Well, Rare hasn't.
It's not
re-released
rare.
one.
I'm going to let you know that right now, too. It's not rare.
Well, Jesus.
It's not a rare game.
It's because we're drunk. He's letting us take advantage of him because he's.
So Sega's not exclusive to first party.
So it's got to be. Well, they're not even a first party anymore.
Right.
So maybe Nintendo.
Well, but see, Sega was exclusive at the beginning. When things first came out. Now they're not, but this has been
40 seconds.
It's been remastered and released. What the fuck? I'm gonna hate myself, but I'm at a loss now.
Yeah.
You guys can still get back on track with, and probably 2 questions. You guys can probably get back on track.
Okay.
So
Is it my question?
It's you. Do you want to try RPG?
I could.
5 seconds.
I was thinking melee.
Okay.
You know, just like melee combat. As an RPG, do you have RPG elements in the game?
All right. Question.
Is there melee combat?
Yes. All right.
So wait, you said this series is still exclusive to where it was homed, or
No,
exclusive to the developer? How was that worded? I'm sorry.
This is a first party title.
Right. And it's
So
been
that means it
re-released.
either comes from Microsoft, Nintendo, or Sony.
Okay.
Obviously not Sega. So that eliminates Sega. Get the hell out of here. Well, I asked my question, and you said yes to melee combat.
There is melee combat in this game.
It's not rare.
This motherfucker. I'm gonna.
Man, you guys, during your huddle, you asked 3 very specific questions that would narrow this down for you.
Is this an RPG?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
What?
Nintendo, Sony, or Microsoft? Jesus. So maybe a Nintendo RPG?
But see, they're still exclusive. So it's
Got to be Microsoft. Sony stuff isn't going anywhere else, RPG wise, that they've done. Can't think of anything.
Need a question.
Is this game is the first party Microsoft?
No.
Damn. Shit. What number are we at? Is that
This
I
is
don't know.
14. This is 14.
14? All right, I'm keeping track in our chat. I should have been keeping track all along.
All right.
14. So it's an RPG. It's first party. So that narrows it down to Nintendo or Microsoft.
Microsoft.
I said
Nintendo
no to
or Sony.
Microsoft.
Or, huh?
It's Nintendo
I said no
or
to
Sony.
Microsoft.
No, oh, I'm sorry. So it's Nintendo or Sony. Sorry.
Question.
That's okay.
I need a question.
Who Sony bought? I don't know who Sony bought.
He needs a question.
Was this originally released on a Sega platform?
No.
Okay.
Because that's Sony. Why would Sony put it?
Because Moose, it
Sony
was
published games on Genesis and Nintendo before PlayStation came out.
Yeah, but he said it.
It was originally a console exclusive. Yes, it was. He said that, right?
He said it was one. It's one of the. It's either Microsoft, Nintendo, or Sony. So Sega's automatically ruled out.
It is now. It wasn't then.
No, I didn't say it wasn't then.
Oh fuck! Well, that's how I heard. I'm sorry then.
No, that's what I was trying to get at. So it's either.
This game's really confusing now.
Do you want me to ask if it? Well, that was 15, wasn't it?
Yes. No, you're 15.
You're 15, Moose.
Okay, sorry. Should I just ask if it's fucking Nintendo or Microsoft? Or Nintendo or Sony?
Yeah, you should.
Is it Nintendo?
Yep.
Okay, so it's Nintendo.
Oh shit.
Okay.
It's been re-released a couple of times.
What? Well, is Mario considered a human?
Yeah.
Could it be
RPG?
Could it be Mario Paper?
Paper Mario?
I don't know if they re-released Mario Papers.
No.
Golden Age hasn't been re-released.
Mm-mm. To my knowledge, it hasn't.
It hasn't shown up on the Wii Virtual Console.
I don't know if that counts. Yeah, I don't think that counts as a re-release, though.
Do we need clarification on that, Corey, or is that a question we have to ask?
I'll just tell you. Virtual Console does not count as a re-release, but it has been. It's been re-released at least once and remastered at least once.
Okay.
And remaster is a light term. I'm just going to throw that out there. It's very loose remaster.
Do they own Earthbound, Matt?
Oh shit!
Because then they just that wasn't a remaster though. That was dropped.
They put it on Wii U Virtual Console,
but that wasn't a remaster, was it?
They made a big deal about it though.
Yeah, but just because you make a stink doesn't mean it's a shit.
True.
30 seconds.
Whose is it? Me or you? I can't remember.
It's me. It's 16.
Okay, so 16 coming up.
Okay, I'm going to ask it this way, Moose. Is the original cartridge of this game worth a shit ton of money, despite the game not being that goddamn good?
That could be a ton of games, dude.
I think it's pretty obvious what I'm pointing out here, Derek.
All right, time.
I just asked the question.
Oh, I didn't know you were asking yet.
That's the question I asked.
So you're asking me if this game costs a ton of money.
Nah.
But
the original cart costs.
Are you talking new or used?
Unopened.
Unopened?
Yes.
This game is worth.
Despite the game not being very good.
I mean,
that's.
Are you saying critically or just your opinion? Because you gotta throw that in there, man.
It's obvious what I'm talking about, and what I'm talking about is not that good.
This question is very complicated. This game unopened is worth a ton of money, but a lot of people still love this game.
Well, doesn't mean it's not good,
including me.
Oh,
so I don't think Corey likes Earthbound. So
I've never played Earthbound.
So you don't like Earthbound. Okay, great.
So cartridge unopened. It's worth a lot of money. So it must have been. He said no 16-bit, so it had to be Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
Like, is Link's an elf? It's not a human, is he?
We're getting into it. Fuck.
I wouldn't consider Zelda an RPG, by the way.
Hey, it's an action RPG. I know.
It's an action adventure.
Stabs in the fucking dark here. I'm gonna find you.
You guys are missing two very large holes in Nintendo's history here.
Is it your question or mine, Moose?
It's mine.
Ask if the numbering system for this series is a bit wonky.
Is the numbering system for this series a bit wonky?
This series has never had a numbering system.
Okay. So that's that was 17 or 18?
17.
17. So
right.
I'm thinking it's a Tails game.
Tails?
A Nintendo game, dude.
Huh?
That was Tails was Bandai Namco.
So was your question that it came out on Nintendo or was exclusive to Nintendo or was a Nintendo game? I thought your question
This game was published by Nintendo.
Motherfucker. Okay.
It is a RPG published by Nintendo
Capcom.
in a long-running season. There's
Series.
long-running series.
Overwatch. No.
I mean,
no. What about the Capcom RPGs? Didn't Capcom develop a lot of the RPGs for the Nintendo series? Like, I could have swore they did some of their stuff.
Capcom made two Zelda games.
Okay, so never mind. I'm wrong. I've got
series. I know based on the way Corey.
You guys are stressing me out.
Based on the way Corey is looking around,
this should be the easiest thing ever right now.
But see, you know the answer. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's easy when you know the fucking answer.
Yeah, it's easy when you know the fucking answer. Excuse my cursing, Mrs. Berg. She's caught.
You guys are missing two huge gaping holes in what makes Nintendo successful.
What are their pillars?
Zelda,
Mario.
I mean, I'm just handing this game to you.
Metroid's not an RPG.
What about Kid Icarus?
That's not an RPG.
I don't know.
And Kid Icarus is not a long-running series. It's just old.
Are you guys even sure it's an NES game?
Fucking punch him. Fucking punch this guy.
Well, see, I'm sitting here trying to think of Nintendo RPGs, and the only one I could think of is Super Mario RPG.
But that wasn't on Nintendo or the NES, and it's NES, not NES.
Fuck that.
No,
sorry, Mom, but fuck that.
No.
That's gonna be my on-running joke now.
I don't fucking care anymore. I don't care if I'm missing a gaping hole in it. You can point me out for this bullshit all you want, Deering. Is it my question?
Yeah.
Was this game any good?
A lot of people enjoyed this game immensely and still enjoy this series to this day.
I'm glad. Fucking whatever. Go ahead, Moose.
Hold on. I'm going to answer your question to the fullest.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I want to make sure I give you the right thing.
What does his eyes say? Look at the reflection on his eyes.
Look on his ring! Look on his ring!
This series of games generally reviews 8 and above.
It's an RPG.
And it's an RPG.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't exclusive to the NES. Released on the NES.
See, I thought it was a console exclusive. And it's been released.
I said it was a Nintendo exclusive.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
And we asked, was it released during the 16-bit era? And he said no.
No.
So that means that it could have came out for the 16-bit in the 32-bit era.
Fuck, is this Final fucking Fantasy?
It can't be because they didn't publish it. Squaresoft did. Or Square did at the time.
Was Square a publisher at the time?
Yeah. They did their own games, didn't they? And he said this series doesn't have a numerical sequence. Was that was the answer, right, Corey?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So it can't be Final Fantasy.
Okay.
It's a series. Jesus Christ.
You guys are stressing me out real hard.
Again, you know the answer. I mean, unless it's
What
like
about ActRaiser? Like, what about ActRaiser
only
1
had-
and 2?
that didn't have a numbering system number.
That's true. So, hey, dude, I'm just trying.
I know.
I'm trying to spark,
And
trying
then,
to light a goddamn
like,
fire.
if I was thinking of anything, I'd think Dragon Quest, but I'm pretty sure Nintendo didn't publish it.
No, because that's Namco and whatever they are now, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Wasn't it Dragon Warrior over on our side of the pond?
Right, but it's
Okay.
yeah. But
Right. No. I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. They published at that time.
Castle. It's not Castle. No, it can't be Castle.
That's not an
It's
RPG.
Konami.
It's not an RPG.
Yeah, it's not.
What makes Nintendo?
I don't know what Nintendo RPGs.
right, guys. I'm gonna give you a big hint, and this is gonna give it away. But you guys are stressing me out. So
Stressing you out. You should be on this side of it. Yeah, wait till my game.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm a fuck him up, man.
I'm gonna tell Moose the game the week I do it, and I'm gonna tell him not to do it.
I don't know what that is. Game Boy. Game Boy.
That's your hint.
It came out on Game Boy.
And it was an RPG.
That's your hint.
What the fuck RPGs came out on Game Boy?
Final Fantasy Legends.
But that's
Dude,
not.
I never
Yeah.
owned a Game Boy, so I don't
me
know.
neither.
Do you guys give up then?
Yes, I'll give up. Fuck it.
Oh my god, dude. Okay. You don't want to try to fathom a guess? In 1996,
Fuck you.
Nintendo published a series of RPGs called Pokemon.
Pokemon.
That's an RPG.
Yeah.
That's not an RPG. Yeah.
Yes, it is. You gather a party, you level them up, they learn new moves, and you progress through the game.
What is dexterity in Pokemon?
What?
Exactly. Fuck you. That's not an RPG. That's a monster collecting simulator.
Genre, role-playing game.
What role are you playing? The asshole that enslaves a species?
No, that's your rival. You're the good guy.
Oh, yes. Whatever. Fucking Game Boy. I always thought we had like this unspoken rule. We didn't do handheld shit. So I wasn't even thinking about Pokemon. Would have never got there.
It does make sense now going back to his comment that
Yeah, no, that's true.
he made
That's
Nintendo.
true. Yeah, well, no, Pokemon didn't make Nintendo. I think Nintendo made Pokemon.
Well, yeah, but you know,
Like-
it's a pillar of theirs.
Yeah.
It's definitely a pillar.
It happens to be keeping them alive now in a very
Yeah.
significant way.
It does.
And I agree with Benny. Goddamn.
You know,
I mean, we would have never got
I
that.
can't wait to fuck you up.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell Moose what game I have, and I'm gonna say you can't get it. We're gonna let Corey die on this one.
All right.
It's gonna be the indiest of indie. You're not gonna have any clue because you don't play in. That's not true. You do play indie games now.
I don't know how some obscure indie game compares to one of the world's biggest franchises ever made.
Hey, it doesn't get you a point. That's how it compares. No, good job, Corey. I'll give that to you. I'll let you have that one.
I mean,
Wait, no, I thought we could use handhelds.
We really haven't. We've always sort of stayed away from them.
well,
because
a lot of the times we use games that are now available on both, especially if it's an indie game. So I guess it really doesn't matter.
Well, yeah. And how many systems is Pokemon? It's not available on consoles, huh? It's
There's a
weird how that
GameCube.
works.
There's one on GameCube. There's one on N60. There's one on N64, and
mainline
there's some
Pokemon.
coming out.
Mainline Pokemon.
Gale of Darkness is on GameCube.
That's not really a mainline. That's not it's not like a gold and silver, red and blue.
Well, while mommy and dad argue,
like
Moose is going to bed.
it's not like your X and Y. All of those has been predominantly handheld.
Because you can't. It's like you can't do anything.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We gave up too early. And pretty much as soon as he said, "Do we give up?" and you were like, "Yeah," I googled it and I was like, "Fuck my couch." But
When
anyways,
you type in Nintendo RPGs,
yeah. I was like RPGs on Nintendo, and it was like Pokemon, Golden Sun. It's like, well, actually, I did Game Boy because you showed the picture of the Game Boy. But anyways, fucking whatever. It's all right. I'm gonna get you with my title.
That's all right. You know what? I'll just say this. I'll just say this. You know, and I'm not going to do that shit where I said I'll just tell Moose and tell him to throw the game because that would just be that would just.
No,
be
you got you. I'm not gonna throw. I don't even want to throw the game.
I know
don't
you
even
would.
wanna look
I know
at your
you
text. If you send me anything next week, I'm gonna be like, stop. Be like,
What if I just say hi, Moose? You're gonna be like, stop.
you're gonna be like, hi. I'm gonna be like, I love you, but stop. Just stop. No, because
Hey, Moose, I was thinking about getting this game. What are your thoughts?
Listen. I want it to be fair. All right,
yeah, I know.
Use our drunkenness against us.
I'm drunk and
I'm use my obscure gaming library of my youth against him. It's because it's something we had to play, right? That was a rule.
Yeah,
our games have. I mean, he's played Pokemon, but
it
has to be something that we played.
I mean, we never really made that rule. Like, I've always made it as it's something I played. Like, that's just been my personal choice.
Have you played it, Corey?
what Pokemon? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I meant like what is it, Red and Blue?
Red. I had Red and Blue, and then I got Fire Red for Game Boy Advance, and then I have Red on my 3DS because they re-released it on Virtual Console. That's why I said it was re-released on Virtual Console, but I wouldn't consider Virtual Console like a proper re-release.
All right, so I think I'd like to say that's a rule. Like it's a game we've played.
Okay.
I feel like
a game that the person that has the game like
if it's your game that week, you have to have played it.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be like you played it soup to nuts and beat the shit out of it. Like if you played it for like 10, 15, 20 minutes,
yeah.
You've played it. You've experienced, youve played some of the game. Like some of the game titles that I would use, I've only played like 10, 15 minutes of, but I own them.
Mm-hmm.
So it just, I don't know. You just want to go to something you've owned? Because I got a lot of games in my library that I own that I haven't played.
Thank you, PS Plus.
Yeah.
Yes. And my fucking addiction to video games.
I think if it's going to be a game that if you haven't played, it's got to be it's got to be something that you at least know of.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I don't know.
So
all
right. Okay. So
I guess I didn't think Pokemon was going to be this controversial, but
it's not this controversial. No. This conversation.
Look, our stupidity doesn't make this a controversy.
No. Our drunkenness and stupidity. But this conversation is completely separate from the game of us coming back.
Yeah, this is completely different.
This is hey, what are our parameters? So if it's a game that you've owned, but it's not well known, you have to have at least played it. And if it's a game that you haven't played, it has to at least be well known. You know what I'm saying? So like I could pick like a crazy game in my NES catalog that I have played that might be extremely obscure to you guys, but because I've played it, that works. But if it's something that I haven't played, it at least has to be, say, a PlayStation Plus game or like something that was bought on sale.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm good with that.
Jesse says if I picked a game, I'd do Mario Paint. He would have picked Mario Paint.
Oh God. How would
what
you
was that even on?
Super Nintendo. How would you even classify? What kind of genre would that even be?
You couldn't.
You couldn't classify it in a genre.
No.
That's going to be my game next time. Because I still have that stupid mouse and the mouse pad.
Well, you're just dumb.
I hated that game so much.
What did you say? I hate that game so much?
I hated that game when I had it. I wanted it to be good.
I never played it. I never had
You're not missing much. Really not.
I never had a SNES.
God, please stop saying it like that.
SNES.
I hate you so much.
So
I hate all of you for making me feel bad for using Pokemon.
Why do you feel bad?
Yeah, you shouldn't feel bad. You
got
the point.
Fair and square.
Like,
so
this would be like, yeah, you guys can bitch all you want. I have 1. Y'all have 0.
what's the rotation? Matt, you going next week or am I?
She can go. I'll go 3rd. It's fine.
Yeah. Ladies first. 2nd. Women and children first. So Corey went first. I'm the child. You're the manly adult.
If Matt's the adult, we're in trouble.
Yeah?
No. Thank
God
you,
damn
Benny.
it. God damn it, Benny. Stop.
Benny from the basis.
This de-escalated really quickly.
God, no, this was a great episode. This was a good episode.
This was a great episode until we started 20 questions, and it just diffused like a like an old shoelace that loses that plastic tip, so you can't get it to the holes anymore.
So we're back.
I think we're back. See, I always thought we weren't at 100% because we were missing 20 questions, and we took some. I was like, we got to bring this back. We got to bring start season 4. Yeah. We started off with a bang. Matt and I were both dumb and couldn't get this. Oh,
ain't nothing new under the sun.
Listen, you can kick. I can kick myself all I want, but I just gotta,
I even gave you so many extra answers.
You did. You gave us so many extra clues, and you were like, it's well known for Nintendo.
I'm pretty sure you could have said it rhymes with Tokit Man, and we would have been like,
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Matt's not the only one that didn't think Pokemon was an RPG. So, Nintendo DS.
Do you think they call it the DES?
Des. It's the Nintendo Des.
What's a 3DS?
All I hear is Jose Feliciano going Nintendo DS.
Oh my gosh. I want to go to bed so bad right now.
Okay. All right, gentlemen. With the end of this shit show 20 questions, this brings episode 109 of Nerds Gone Rogue to a fart of a conclusion. My name is Matthew.
It started off
Keel.
so good too.
You can find me at _rewind on any social media platform you may choose to check out. Moose, where can we find you?
You can find me at Svhenn on PSN, Instagram, Twitter. You can also listen to me, Jeff, and Jason rant lovingly about the PlayStation platform on Nerds Gone Platinum.
Nintendo DS.
I just want to point out, if you type in Game Boy RPGs, Pokemon takes up 4 of the first 10 slots.
Yeah. So you can also tweet us at NG_platinum or email us questions, comments, and concern at nerdsgoneplatinum@gmail.com. We are having an Ask Us Anything tomorrow night. We'll be recording at 9 o'clock because Jeff will be on the other side of the country at a con of some type. San Francisco con, I think, or something like that. I can't remember. But he'll be over there doing something, hanging out with his son, maxing and relaxing.
Anyway. You guys are having Ed Varnell.
Yes, Ed from Nintendo Pow Block will be on, which should be interesting because I don't know.
He's there every week talking shit to you guys.
He is, so it'll be nice to talk shit right back at him and see his reaction. So it'll be a plus. Yeah. But anyways, that's
Corey.
it. Corey, where can we find you? You sexy beast. Look at that sexy beast.
You can find me at CorinHD86 on Instagram and Twitter. You can find me on Nintendo Power Block, as well as some of our other family of shows. Check out our Let's Play shows, Platinum Plays, Squad Goals, Royale with Cheese, and just some random Let's Plays going up soon. So I think Jesse's Dead Cells is up today, so that was a good time. So
Nice.
yeah, we're trying to do some more Xbox stuff because Arsenal X is literally the only thing Xbox we do. We don't really do Let's Plays or anything. So Ed and Jesse are doing some Xbox Let's Plays, so that's good to see.
Seems like their fan base doesn't do Let's Plays, know what I'm saying?
They don't have anything to Let's Play.
Yeah.
Dude.
Let's Play backwards
Spider-Man.
compatibility.
Spider-Man is so close. Oh,
Tomb Raider's so close.
I'd rather have Spider-Man.
I mean, Dead Cells is right in there.
I know. Dead Cells is literally in my Switch right now. That's why it's charging.
Jesse's like, watch me not know what I'm doing.
Welcome to Nerds Gone Rogue, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
This is what we do. Okay,
Hey, the
this has
only
been
way you learn is from your mistakes. Not the only, but one of the most important ways.
Man.
I choose to not know what I'm doing. Let's get out of here. Banana and out.
Goodbye.
You're welcome.
I didn't finish, but that's okay.
Sounds like a personal problem, dear.
I was waiting for Moose to say that's what she said.
I did. Just now.
I did finish. That's why there's a crying infant in my bedroom.
Oh.
Ba-dum-bum.
Works on multiple layers. I'm okay with that.
Yep.
I always feel like when you're drumming, it would be like boom, boom, and then just like a flip of the wrist to hit the cymbal. I don't know, not like a move of the whole arm and hand. Just
No,
like
you gotta
like
exaggerate it,
backhand.
man.
Like
You
it's
gotta
like
exaggerate it, man. You gotta.
no. I feel like the subtleness is
How else are you gonna break those
part of
rocks,
the
Joe?
is part of the joke, right, Matt? Is that not part of the joke? Like the subtleness, like
No, you smack the shit out of that symbol.